Okay guys, people are saying Flay is bad. It's not bad, you just need to play the proper setup for it. So you wanna go melee damage basically. So we're going full melee cold damage on this build. It's like a Harvest Flay hybrid. And as you saw there on the gameplay, we're basically using Flay for clear speed and also the buffs from the boots. So you wanna use Flay also on single target. So let's say you have a boss here, you stack up first the stacks, then you're gonna be harvesting. And you want to keep up the stacks, of course, so it's 8 seconds for the curse from a Flay, and then the 30 seconds on the stacks. So you want to be flaying at least every 8 seconds on bosses. And yeah, we're hitting for like 2.5 million or something, almost 3 million. And very good DPS on this guy. Really fast clear speed. It is like a gear dependent build though, so you will need the items. So this is the end game planner I have on the guide, on the macro guide. And I mean, if you get 1 LP stuff, it's gonna be fine, but you do need like the uniques like Traitor's Tongue. This weapon is pretty crazy, the Primordial Dagger. Other than that, I mean, these are pretty easy to get, like even like 4 LP. Snowblight is not too bad. Common item, low LP. These items might change, like I'm definitely gonna still optimize the build more, but so far this is what I've ended up with. And yeah, I mean, other than that, just like stacking damage, stacking dexterity. I also get movement speed per dexterity with the dagger. And you get like a bunch of flat damage per dex. So it's 266 cold damage right now from the dexterity, so you get 2 per 1. So lots of flat damage, then also the weapons have a lot of flat. And we only go flat on the one dagger here, so then you can just go D7 attack speed instead. It's more value. So very high attack speed also on this guy as well. And keep in mind, like this damage here, it's against high HP enemies, so we do deal 50% more against high HP. So of course, it's gonna be less when you when the boss is not anymore high HP. But like these boots are of course crazy for any melee build, and a must-have for this build for the buffs and stuff like that. So I mean, other than that, just going for the usual Doom ring and Doom belt stuff for melee. Red ring, nice to cap res and stuff. We easily get the threshold for the attributes. Falcon Fist, good for just attack speed, damage, has endurance. Of course, you replace the gloves and relic with the Uber items when you can. Chest, you can either go mountain chest, you can go null portent if you can cap the rest, but most likely you can't really overcap too much. You can also go pale ox because you do have the minions here, so I mean this one is definitely more damage. You know, you get the attributes, you get a bunch of dex. That's already like 20 flat damage, and you get endurance and stuff, immunity, because you actually have pretty decent dodge. So it's like 37 or something in the actual like level 100 area, this dodge here. So the mountain chest is pretty nice for that. But yeah, you could go pale ox as well. We'll see, maybe what I decide on, but at the moment I'm using the mountain chest. And I mean, blessings, just, cold damage and basically damage, orders and stuff. We don't need cold shred because you can actually get it just from harvest itself. So this is gonna be cold shred when you convert it to cold. And on harvest, just like maximizing the damage, get all the multipliers. So surprisingly, this does actually a lot of damage to harvest. I'm kind of surprised. I was expecting to do maybe 1/3 of what it actually does. And like this setup so far is the best I've seen for Flay, even though it's not a full Flay build only. Like of course, harvest is your main damage for bosses, but you can like clear maps almost only with Flay, and you don't have any mana issues. It's not like the mana stacker builds where you have mana issues. You need to use a cooldown harvest on stuff. There's none of that. You generate mana with harvest as well. So you get mana on hit, mana on kill. You have pretty decent regen, of course, and then you get also mana from transplant. So this can also be nice for mapping. So you can just keep spamming Flay and then transplant for the mana. It gives you also frenzy and stuff like that. So we can actually go for the evolution's end instead of Nihilus easily, because we get the frenzy here. Then just like, I mean, on Harvest, yeah, maximize damage and getting some crit chance here and stuff. So buffs for also Flay. So Flay itself also deals quite a bit of damage, as you saw there on the gameplay. You can just clear maps with this. It's enough damage for that. We don't use these nodes right now, so you don't need any crit chance. You already have enough, right? It's already 6% base here, and actually the current HP consumed is kind of bad. It's a lot of consumption, so I don't really like this node. This would be okay for a bit of extra tankiness. And yeah, convert into cold, so full cold, Throne of Ambition, of course. Aura of Decay, also cold, so gives you a lot of less cold res on enemies. So basically a bunch of more damage. It's based on your int, so I have like 84 int right now, so pretty nice. And on Flay itself, so we do go for like as much damage as you can get on the melee attack, and also getting the eventually when you have enough points, because you get +8 basically. So this is +4 and then +4, so you get a lot of skill points and +2 on the amulet. So when you have all of those, you can just go also for the extra distance on the dash. So basically you dash like automatically when you use the skill. It's kind of like Flicker Strike. Very, very good for clearing maps, and yeah, you're just like dashing around. So you get some extra distance on that. Getting all the multipliers, attack speed, getting the minus mana cost, so this is pretty high mana cost skill. And yeah, we don't have any issues with the mana because we generate and everything. And we don't use that much, so we're not doing any of the mana stacking. And the spectral stuff is pretty nice for like clearing and stuff, you know. Get like a spectral copy of the Flay, and you can even reduce the like Reaper cooldown and stuff with this. Pretty okay, I mean it's not like crazy, but yeah. And this gives you the cold curse, so lasts for 8 seconds, I believe, this one. So you want to use the Flay every 8 seconds at least on bosses, and of course to keep up the stacks for the boots. And on Reaper, it's just like maximizing the damage pretty much, get the crit chance as always, and increase damage and stuff. I don't go for the Reap nodes, because I don't think this is really needed at all. So you don't, like, it's just kind of like wasted points. You can if you want to, of course, but I like to get all the damage possible on this one. And you already have like double dash with the Flay and Transplant, so that's pretty much the idea. So it's like a full melee build. And yeah, quick look at the passives. Pretty normal on the Acolyte tree. Just get the increased damage, and ward per second might as well. Some int. And on the Lich tree, so everything else is on Lich. So going full into Lich and then just getting a bunch of increased damage. You want to get the dexterity nodes, your main stat. Get the dodge per int, pretty nice, you know. Free dodge basically, so dodge is pretty good on this build. 1.3k right now. And int, Ellie Pen, very nice. You do get a bit of a penalty on the Ellie res, so but you can just fix that with the idols pretty easily, right? And increased damage is pretty good for this. We don't have that much, so that is very good. And then the usual corrupted form, so the low life node gives you more HP, makes you always low life, so very nice. Then the tankiness nodes here, so delayed hit damage, less damage over time taken. The dual wielding here, of course, needed for the build. And then movement speed, more damage with an axe, crit chance, crit multiplier, some attack speed, move speed, int, and the leech here. So of course we have insane leech on a Lich, of course.